So the purpose of this assignment is to go through the Excel assignment material with you so you can do that introductory tutorial without much trouble. So if you're not used to Excel, it can be a little intimidating. And although the tutorial does an okay job, I thought you guys might like to see things happening live. So that's why I'm making this video for you. So the first thing you need to do are these things right here, which is basically go through the tutorial and see what you can glean from that information. And then I'm going to go through and do the rest here. Now, fair warning, just so this video doesn't take forever, I'm going to go through this and not be incredibly slow about it. But with the video, if you miss anything, you can always rewind it and play it again. So please don't feel like you need to do things as fast as I am. I'm just trying to make sure this video doesn't take a half an hour. So on with the show. So it says open Excel and save a new workbook as yourname.xls or yourname.xl. So I am going to come up here. I am going to go File, Save As, and I am going to save it in week 1. And I'm going to change the file name to Jen Vibber. The .xls thing will do itself, do it all by itself, so you don't have to type that in. I'm going to hit OK. And now I should have a saved file. Then it says change the label of sheet 1 to Excel assignment. Well, down here is your label for sheet 1. Now yours probably says sheet 1. Mine right now says Excel assignment. But the way you rename it is you right click on it, you go to rename, you delete what's there, and you type Excel assignment. And just hit enter, and there you go. Then it says enter data from homework problem 3 into week 1 in one column and label it original data. So I have this random information here, and it says we're supposed to label it original data. And then you hit enter, and then you just type in the numbers that they give you. Now, I used other random numbers, so ignore that my numbers don't match yours. All of the steps are still going to be the same. So we have original data. Then it says sort the data from highest to lowest and put it in a different column and label it high sort data. Here's how I'm going to do that. I don't really like the way that that's worded. I wish it said copy this list and then resort it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight this list. Now, if you are working on a laptop and you are using a trackpad, you are at a slight disadvantage in Excel. Excel works way better if you have a mouse. So if you are on a laptop and you have access to a USB mouse that you could get, I highly encourage you to get one. This makes way things easier. So I'm going to highlight this, then I'm going to right click and write copy, or click copy, I should say. And then right next to it, I'm going to right click and paste. And there's my data again. Now I'm supposed to sort that data. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click data. And up in data, you should see something like this, A to Z, Z to A, and sort. I'm going to click sort. It may give you an error saying, do you want to expand or continue? You want to continue. Excel is just telling you, hey, what about that other column of data? And you're telling Excel, just ignore it. And you want to click My Data Has Headers, because I do have a header of original data. And I want to sort the original data based on values from highest to lowest. So I'm going to change this to largest to smallest and hit OK. And there's all that same data arranged from highest to lowest. So now I need to sort the data from lowest to highest. So I am going to do that. Highlight, right click, copy, click over here, right click and paste. And I want to sort this. I want to continue with the current selection. I want to sort this from smallest to largest. And then it said label these as high sort data and low sort data. So I'm going to come to this cell and call this high sort data. And then I'm going to click on here and call this low sort data. And if you can tell, I can't really see what those say. So in case you were wondering, you can expand these so you can actually read it. And that looks a little bit better. All right now, so create the mean, standard deviation, median, range, and sum and count. This is where a lot of you have said that you're getting into trouble. I'm going to show you a one-step way to get all that information. It actually leads into what we're going to talk about in our class anyway. So you can get the mean, standard deviation, median, range, sum, and count individually, or you can get them as a group. And let's be honest, let's get them as a group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to data, and I want to go, oops, I'm clicked on the box. It didn't show up right. I'm going to go to data, and I'm going to click on data analysis. Now, notice my pen went over here, and there is nothing that says data analysis. In order for you to get that button on your computer, you may have to go to File, Options, Add-ins. It'll say Excel Add-ins. You hit Go, and you click these first two boxes and hit OK. Now when I go to Data, all the way on the right, I see Data Analysis. Yay, it's here. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to click Descriptive Statistics and hit OK. And it's going to give me the information that I need. So my input is going to be my original data. Technically, I could have done any of the 3 columns. It won't matter. Group by columns. I do have a label in the first row. I'm going to click on output range, and then I'm going to click this little red box over here, and I'm going to put a little highlight on a cell that I haven't used yet. Doesn't matter which cell. I usually put it up toward the top. Output range is that, and I want to click Summary Statistics. So take a look at that. That's what you need to have. I'm going to hit OK. And here's the information I need. So let me expand this a little bit. They want the mean. Well, there's the mean. And you can highlight these things if you want. They want the standard deviation. They want the median, range, sum, and count. Let's see, median, look, there it is. They want the range, the count, and the sum. Everything all at once. Ta-da! Now, this is not how the tutorial shows you how to use it, but this is way faster, so I think you're going to want to do it my way. So there is our Excel file. Now, the next thing they want us to do is they want us to add a second worksheet and label it graph. So if you add a worksheet, you hit this plus thing down here. I'm going to right-click at the bottom and rename it to graph. If I could spell right, graph, there we go. And then what do they want me to do with that? I'm supposed to copy the column of data called original data into the graph. So I'm going to highlight this. Ignore this black box that comes up. It's just a feature of my computer. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy. I'm going to go to graph. I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste it. Okay. And then let's see. Add a column of numbers from 1 to 25 and label it x-axis. Okay. So I'm going to label this x-axis. And I'm going to put in the numbers from 1 to 25. I got a trick for you. I'm going to type 1, 2, and 3, but now I'm bored. I don't want to type anymore. I'm going to highlight 1, 2, and 3, and then drag down, and it will notice, hey, you're counting. Would you like me to count for you? And you say, yes, I would like you to count for me. And there it is. So here's my original data in x-axis. What am I supposed to do with that? Let's see. Create a bar graph using x-axis as the x variable and original data is the y variable. Okay, so I am going to insert a bar graph. Now I got a bunch of bar graphs here, so I am going to click on this thing and do a 2-column bar graph. And if you notice, nothing shows up. Well, that's because it doesn't know what you wanted in there. So if you ever click on one of those, it actually is waiting for you to highlight first. I just wanted to show you in case you freaked out and went, oh my God, I don't know what's happening. So here's my original data in x-axis. I'm going to go to data. Nope, not data. Insert, pardon me. Bar graph. Ta-da! And there is everything. Now, it has these 2 cells. I don't need this x-axis column. It does that on its own. So if you want, you can highlight that and delete it. And it should get rid of it. So if I highlight the orange and delete it, it should disappear. You don't have to do that, but you can. I don't really care either way. But basically, this is a bar graph that says in cell 1, you have a 46. In cell 2, you have a 25. In cell 3, and so on and so on. Last but not least, create a pie chart using any single data column and then save your worksheet. So now I need to make a pie chart. But again, the pie chart, it wants you to highlight first. Now, if you notice, my highlighting went away. If you ever hit escape, it will stop highlighting for you. So I'm going to highlight this column. I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to pick on the pie chart right there. 2D pie chart. And there it is. There's my pie chart. It's so pretty. And that's what I got. Then it wants you to save it. And then you're going to just put this in the Dropbox. So I hope that that was enough to help you. If you're thinking to yourself, wait, I just watched this on my computer. How can I do two things at once? If you have a smartphone or a tablet, this is a YouTube video. So you could pull up the YouTube video next to you and kind of keep pausing as you work. So I hope you found that helpful. I really like stupid jokes. They are one of my favorites. So I'm going to give you a stupid joke. The stupid joke of the day is, what has 8 eyes and 8 legs? 8 pirates. I'm pausing for effect. Think about it. It'll make sense and you'll laugh later. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day.